60 seconds on the clock for Weapon Hat to achieve the dream. He is off again on the final stage. He knows what he needs to do. He's moving very fast. This is the jump he failed last time. He gets a safe jump on it beautifully. He's going to jump one at a time there to set himself up into position. He's going very fast on this. He doesn't have to go this fast. Oh my goodness, I thought he failed, but there was lag. Okay, that's good. He is moving unbelievably fast. I'll tell you what, he's moving at an unbelievable pace. He's going to clown this stage. Oh my gosh, he's almost at the top. Wait a minute, he's got 30 seconds left. He's like there. Oh my god, he shoots at the crowd. He's got 23 seconds left. What? Weapon Hat just absolutely makes a mockery of the final stage. Weapon Hat comes in to say, 22.49 seconds left. Like a laser light show with the central beams from everyone, but my god! Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tournament 6 of Irish Warrior. What an exciting day it is, as after the last tournament and the success of all of our competitors, but especially Weapon Hat, achieving total victory, it's time for a renewal. Let's not waste any time, and let's take a look at Stage 1. The first stage has undergone a massive overhaul, just like the rest of the course. It all begins with the new pole dash. Competitors will just have to jump their way across these poles, keep their speed up to make the big jumps, and get to the dismount. Second obstacle is a throwback to the slanted descent from the first 3 tournaments. It is the double slants. You gotta jump onto the first one, and then make the crouch onto the second one, and you're through. The lily pads have been bumped from the 4th obstacle up to the 3rd. They are the same as they were in Tournament 5, though. This is not the same. The rail canyon has been buffed. The jumps across the rails are all the same, but the dismount, which has taken several people out in the past, has been made even tougher. And then you're on to the new diving boards. The little blue things all move, so you got to keep your momentum up and hit them in the right spot so they tilt in your favor. Then the speed stairs. The first 2 jumps are 11 feet tall, and then the last 4 are 12, which make them perfect crouches. Long story short, that was a alternate obstacle. There was going to be something there, and then I had to put stairs in. But this was there all along. The slider jump. Competitors will have to knock the barrel forward and have it roll down the track. And once it gets to the very end, they'll have to make the big jump onto that first column of the cargo climb. And you just climb your way up to the top, and then you have 2 obstacles left. Beginning with the swivel swing, our competitors will have to jump onto one of the 2 columns, and using their body weight, it will rotate, and you have to get it to rotate so that you can make each jump. And then off the 3rd one, you must jump onto the first rock of the mountain cross, and it is the Tournament 1 version. We have not seen it for 4 tournaments. It has now returned to its original state. Of course, if you recall, this obstacle took out 12 of the 16 competitors that attempted it in that tournament. But if you can make that giant dismount, which is even harder than it was in Tournament 1, and hit the buzzer within 2 minutes 45, you're on to Stage 2. So as you can see, this Stage 1 looks vastly different. Almost 3 minutes on the clock for our competitors. And this is actually the first 25 competitor tournament. And to kick it all off is TX Drew TV. Yeah, I probably should have mentioned that earlier. 25 challengers here today instead of the 20 that we had in the past. So we'll see if that changes things for our competitors. Drew TV, off on the course to kick off this anticipated second era. He's a little laggy, but he's through the pole dash. Now, Drew has never had too much success on this course. He failed the predecessor to this obstacle in Tournament 3. He almost failed it again. Gets a weird save jump on the second one, but he's through that. But this obstacle took him out in the last tournament. It is the lily pads. Has he figured out how to do it? Ooh, 4th one tilted quite a bit, but he gets through it. And Drew, now, he's never attempted the rail canyon. We'll see how he does here today. Also, he failed the lily pads 2 tournaments ago. So that was actually harder than the version he failed in Tournament 4, and he beat that. So well done, Drew. But in any event, he's making his way through, taking his time on these jumps. Time is pretty lenient. but hopefully that will not affect him down the line. Now this big dismount, he's taking his time to set up for it, but he'll get through it. And now onto the diving boards. This is an impressive run for Drew. This is actually a personal best. He's never beaten the 4th obstacle until today. And he will get through the diving boards. Now onto the speed stairs. He gets the first 2 nicely, but now they get higher. And if you make a mistake, then you kind of got to go back and reset. And he'll make that 3rd jump on the 2nd try. He's taking his time on some of these jumps now, but he gets up all the stairs, and he's got 77 seconds for the slider jump. This obstacle is very feared by our competitors today. Several competitors expressed their nerves about this obstacle, and this might be the make or break for several of our challengers. Drew is handling this nicely though. He's crouching and he's looking to the side. Gives you the most surface area to make it. He's approaching the big jump. Can he make this? He goes for it. Oh no, he comes up short. I just don't think he got a sprint the way he wanted, and unfortunately Drew is out on the slider jump as we go on to Furious Fox 12119 to kick off what I'm calling the rando block, because when you need 25 competitors, you need to get some randos. He's through the first obstacle, but now he's got to tackle the 2nd obstacle, the double slants. Oh, I thought he had it. He got a really high jump. It almost looked kind of like a spring jump, but he did not make it, and we're already moving on to Sifona de Flagre. I don't know. But he's also through the first obstacle, going for the 2nd one. He's going to go for the around technique on the first one, get it, but not the 2nd one. That is unfortunate as we go on to Radioactive 284. We are not messing around with these randos. It's really, who cares? But he's through the first obstacle. And now going on to the double slants, he's just seen 2 randos in a row fail it, and now he's got Savona, the guy who just failed, here watching and rooting him on to beat this obstacle, hopefully. He's taking his time, but we'll see what happens here. Ooh, he goes around, and ooh! He gets 2 save jumps, and he's going to get through the double slants, but now the lily pads as Savona fails it for the umpteenth time. But yes, these lily pads, this is a difficult obstacle. Can he get through this? No, he just got a bad jump onto that 3rd one. Did not get the tilt he needed to land on the 4th one. We go to Thorough Newt 21. And oh no, this is the history-making run, folks. The first time ever a competitor has failed the first obstacle in this course. And Waffle King 72 having to follow that and getting shot at. He beats the first obstacle, thankfully, but now on to the double slants. Oh, he just gets rejected off to the side. He is down there. And we're already on to Zakachild. We have 2 randos remaining. Yeah, this is going well for our randos. Just kidding, not at all. But he gets up on the first one, going for the 2nd one. No! Just didn't get a crouch. And now we have our final rando, Powerful Caden, hopefully having us end on a high note. Never mind, he fails the first jump. And that's the first ever first jump failure on this course. Alright, let's go to some actual people who are here to compete and not be complete failures. I mean, the one guy who made the lily pads is pretty good, but like otherwise. Anyways, Tricky Cyrus has not been here in a long time. He was only in Tournament 2 where he actually failed the slanted descent, and that was the easier version. He was the only person in the first 2 tournaments to fail before the 4th obstacle. So, again, he in his one appearance, he's done basically nothing. So we'll see how he does today on this obstacle, the successor of the slanted descent, and he just looked like a pro on it. Look at that. Tricky Cyrus onto the lily pads. He's never tried this obstacle, but that's not a problem for him, and he'll get through it all. And now he's on to the Rail Canyon. Gets a save jump on that last rail, and he's through. I'm going for the diving boards. Good job controlling the tilt of those moving trapezoids, and he is through. On the speed stairs, he gets up it flawlessly. You can see how much more time he has than Drew. He's almost 25 seconds ahead. But now he's on the slider jump. This took out Drew. This is an impressive run for Cyrus, though. Can he get through this? He makes the first drop. And he falls way back, but he keeps it on. Now going for the second drop, and he gets too far forward and falls off the front of the barrel, and that is a failure in the slider jump for Tricky Cyrus. But now we have Joey Davis, who after making the mountain cross in the first tournament, he has just not had luck go his way on this course. Despite recently making stage 3 on Atlantic's course, doing well on a bunch of other courses, he just has not found the magic to do well on this course. Maybe today's the day as he gets through the second obstacle, the double slants, but now the lily pads. This took him out in the last tournament, last jump, and he will get through it today, but this is the one that just keeps him up at night. The Rail Canyon. He's failed 3 times on this obstacle, or the original version, the rail climb. He gets a save jump on the 4th one, goes for the 6th one, he'll get a save jump. Now this dismount. Oh my goodness, he's failed it again. Joey Davis, for the 4th time in his career, has failed a rail obstacle. It is the Rail Canyon for the 2nd time in his career that takes him out. But we're already on to number 11, and it is Daddy Cheese, who, as you can see, he's lost the 2670. Long story short, there was a large gamer tag change for a lot of our competitors before this tournament, and I decided that if they had numbers at the end of their name that was auto-generated by Xbox, I would take them out. Cheese is one of those people, so he gets a lucky pass. But anyways, he's through the first 3 obstacles, now going for the Rail Canyon. Oh, he overjumps the first rail. And that's his 3rd time in a row failing that obstacle. That is crazy. 3 tournaments in a row. He's over 3 in that obstacle. Every tournament that obstacle's been in, he's failed that. I don't know what to say. But we do go on to Booker Taco, who made his debut in the last tournament. Was one of 2 newcomers last time. The other newcomer, Double Ump, is not here, unfortunately. But Booker Taco failed a mountain cross last tournament in a very impressive showing. We'll see how he does today. He will get through the double slants. Now, the lily pads. He had no problem with this in the last tournament. Oh, wow. He kind of slid across the 4th one. Had to make a sweaty crouch on the 5th one, but he will get through. Now going for the Rail Canyon. He's going to kind of go across here. And now going back down. Skips the 5th one, but he gets a sloppy jump off the last rail. He cannot get the momentum he needs to make that dismount. And Booker Taco is out on the Rail Canyon, which he beat in the last tournament. And that's 3 competitors in a row that have failed that obstacle. But this man is hoping to break his own streak. Sonic Fan 10193, taking us over halfway through this tournament. He's over 4 on the mountain cross in his career. Considering no one's even come close to getting that far this tournament, it's going to take just a phenomenal run to get there. So we'll see what happens. He's through the first 2 obstacles. Now eyeing down these lily pads. And no issues there. Now he will stick the first rail on the Rail Canyon. He's not had a problem with this obstacle in the past. And that will continue, and the streak is over. We finally have someone again through the Rail Canyon. Onto the diving boards for Sonic Fan. Making a good job through that, and got a weird short hop almost. You can't really short hop up the speed stairs, but he's figured it out, and he's up with plenty of time still on the clock. But it's all about execution at this point. As he eyes down the slider jump, he'll hit it forward to begin the long journey downward. He will stay crouched, doing pretty much the same technique that we saw Drew doing earlier. He's facing the other way. This is the way I kind of tend to do it, but it's really whatever floats your boat. As he makes the second drop, that's where Cyrus went out. Can he be the first to make this big jump onto the net? He goes for it. Oh, he came so close. He might have been just a little bit too far off to the right. And Sonic Fan is down on the slider jump. And we're halfway through, and no one has beaten the 7th of 10 obstacles as we go on to Bubba Ace, who just changed his name to Bubba Ace. He's lost the 37 this tournament. After his Stage 2 appearance in Tournament 3, he's failed the lily pads in the last 2 tournaments. He is determined to get by it today. So we'll see what happens. It's been bumped up an obstacle to the 3rd, and thankfully he doesn't have to worry about those broken pipes that he's been really worried about the last couple tournaments. Now going for the double slants, though. Bubba Ace gets on top of the first one, goes to the second one, and gets through that. Now Bubba eyeing down the lily pads. He takes some time here setting up. This is the one he wants. So far so good. Going for the 4th one, the 5th one, and Bubba Ace is through it. Well done, sir. Now onto the rail canyon. Going for the 2nd rail. He's going to kind of side jump these. He almost walked off that 3rd one. Going for the 4th one, the 5th one. Oh, and he slides off the edge of that 5th rail. Unfortunate for Bubba. At least he did beat the lily pads, though, and hopefully he can build on this for the next tournament. As we go on to Cyrus, who also made Stage 2 in Tournament 3 and has failed the mountain cross in the last 2 tournaments. Of course, Tournament 4 was where he just fell off the landing platform and he tried to slide into the buzzer. Last time he legit failed the mountain cross. So, how's Chris going to do today? He's taking a long intro. I don't know why I didn't cut this down, but the uncrowned king of the intro, as I call him, he always changes it up. Chris is through the first obstacle. Oh, he tried to spring jump and skipped, like, the 2nd stair of that staircase, but he couldn't execute, I guess. But he does execute the double slants, and now on to the lily pads. Oh, wow, okay, that was really laggy for a second. It looked like he jumped to the moon and just flew over the 3rd lily pad, but he is okay. And now on to the rail canyon, speeding through this, and he gets through. And now he's got the diving boards in front of him. Again, more lag. Hopefully that doesn't affect him. Wow, that was incredibly laggy, but he gets through. Now onto the speed stairs. He just levitates up on top of the 3rd one and the 5th one. And he's moving at a fantastic pace. But now, the slider jump. No one has beaten this obstacle yet. He's seen 3 competitors before him fail this. Is he going to be able to pull through? Oh, more lag. It looked like he's going to fail in that first drop. And now, the 2nd drop. He's taking the same approach as Drew earlier, but this is the big jump. He goes for it, and he gets onto the net. He's the first person onto the cargo climb. Well done, Chris. Come on, Chris. He's got plenty of time. The time is not a factor at this point. It's a matter of getting through these 2 difficult obstacles at the end of the stage, beginning with the swivel swing. He's onto the first column. Now he's got to make sure he rotates it. He goes for it early, and it bites him. On this obstacle, you have to have the swing rotate all the way to basically 90 degrees. And he goes, I want to say at about 60, and he makes the jump way harder than it needed to be, and just came up short. And Chris is the first victim of the new swivel swing. So we're only down to 10 competitors left, and we still have not seen anyone touch the mountain cross. But we now have Alpha Puma, who almost made Stage 3 in Tournament 4, and then unfortunately went down on the mountain cross last time. How's he going to do today? As you can see, he's one of the people who also changed their gamer tag in this tournament. Still Alpha Puma, but he changed the arrangement of the X's and the spelling of Alpha, so there you go. But he's, as I say all that, he's through the first 2 obstacles. Now eyeing down the lily pads, and he'll have no problems with that. Again, it was so impressive in Tournament 4 to see Puma get 2nd place. I mean, he was a newcomer, and the course was vastly different than the prior tournaments. He just put up a phenomenal run, and I'm hoping he can put up a similar run today as he jumps down on the rails, and he gets the dismount. Now for the diving board, so it will take some time to set up, and he'll go for it. Come on, Puma. Okay, a little sketchy on that 3rd one. Goes to the dismount, and he comes up short. Puma leaves 2 far forward on that third one. He landed too far forward then on the fourth one. Could not get the tilt he needed to make the dismount. Puma is the first victim of the diving boards. Now we have Flamosaurus coming off 2 Stage 1 failures in a row after 2 Stage 2 appearances in a row. See how Flame can do today. Through the first 2 obstacles with no issues. But now the lily pads, this took him out in the last tournament. Okay, this is also an incredibly laggy run through the lily pads, but he gets through it. And now he's got to get through this Rail Canyon, which took him out 2 tournaments ago. And he also failed the rail climb in Tournament 1. Can he get this? Come on, Flame. Goes to the dismount. And Flame has beaten the 2 obstacles that has taken him out in the last 2 tournaments. He's now got to get through these diving boards. He just saw Puma fail this, but that is the way to do it. Get that tilt to make the dismount. Well done, Flame. Now the speed stairs. He's having no problems with this. And up it, he's got a minute 43, which should be plenty of time. A little slower than some of our other challengers, but not a problem. Again, this stage is a pretty lenient time limit. It's a lot about executing these obstacles. This slider jump has been brutal. Only Chris has gotten through it. He's actually standing up on the barrel, which is a little different than some of our other challengers so far. Come on, Flame. Oh no, he falls off the back! Just out of nowhere. He looked really smooth on it, and then just out of nowhere, he just fell a little far back, and that was it for Flamosaurus. But now we have Smoky Massacre. I think he's making a crop circle. I don't know what this intro is. Again, another intro I probably could have sped up. Now it's looking more like a heart or a Pac-Man. I can't really tell. But anyway, Smokey made Stage 2 in the last tournament. He's had 2 Stage 2 appearances in his career. But overall, just not been the top competitor like he is on a lot of other courses. We'll see if he can change that here today. And he is off. Smoky Massacre. He's through the first obstacle with no issues. Now the double slants. Oh, he kind of gets a bounce. It's a little scary, but he will get through that. Of course, he failed the slanted descent in Tournament 3, the last time a slant obstacle was in this course, but it did not affect him today. Now, the lily pads, he gets through that. Never had a problem with that obstacle. Or this one, the Rail Canyon. He's going to make the big jump down, and yes! Very fast through that. Now the diving boards. Smoky Massacre avenges his pal Puma. And now for the speed stairs. Up it with no issues whatsoever. And this is about the fast pace that we've seen. 110 seconds going into the slider jump. But he's seen 4 fails on this obstacle already. It's 1 of 5 so far. How is Smokey going to handle this? He is also doing the stand-up approach. He saw Flame just fail at doing this, so this is a little surprising, I guess, but he's sticking to his technique. It's going fast now. He's got to get this big dismount, and he just gets it. Well done, Smokey. Now the cargo climb. He's just got to not make a mistake here. And he's got 76 seconds, maybe a little slower than Chris at this point. This is where Chris went down, the swivel swing. Come on, Smokey. This is the way to do it. He's getting it into position. It's at the closest position to make the jump onto the second swing. He's got one more big jump onto the third swing. Come on. Yes, but now this is the biggest jump of the lot onto the first rock of the mountain cross. He goes for it, and he gets it, but he failed this mountain cross in Tournament 1. Can he get through? The time is not a factor. It's all about executing. He will get a safe jump on the doorknob. He failed this tube in Tournament 1. He takes his time on it, and he gets it. But then he failed this slant jump in Tournament 4. He's so close to the finish line. He gets the slant jump. He's got 28 seconds. He's a couple of jumps away. He goes to the dismount, and he gets it. Smoky Massacre is our first clear of the tournament. and with a phenomenal time too. Like I said, this time is pretty lenient, but a phenomenal run from Smoky Massacre. He watched 17 competitors before him unfortunately fail, and Smoky just put that all, he just didn't let it affect him, and that is just so impressive to see. A veteran competitor like Smoky Massacre becomes the first clear in this new era. Just a great job of all the obstacles. He just really looked in control, and he didn't go as fast as he maybe could have gone on this stage. He just made all the obstacles count. He was able to get revenge on the tube that he failed in Tournament 1, and it's not any tournament since. Made the slant, made the dismount, and we'll be seeing Smoky Massacre on stage 2 for the third time in his career. Definitely an impressive run for Smoky Massacre. But now we go on from one major course host to another. This is RPG445, who is on a streak since he took his 2-tournament hiatus. He has made it to stage 2 in each of the last 2 tournaments. Going down in the wall climb each time, which was a little disappointing for him. But can Rog ride the success of Smoky and make it a club of major course hosts in stage 2, I guess. I don't know. He's through the first obstacle at least. He's not attempted a slant obstacle since Tournament 1, but that does not affect him in the slightest. He gets through that. Now, the lily pads. Oh, wow! He landed right on the edge of that third one. That was incredibly scary. But he gets on through it. And now the rails. He gets the big jump down from 4 to 6 and makes it. Now, for the diving boards. He jumps a little far forward on the third one, but he's able to overcorrect, and he makes it. Yeah, he landed a little far forward on that third board, so he was in danger of landing too far forward on the fourth board, like Puma. He was able to avoid the same mistake, and now he's onto the slider jump. Competitors throughout this tournament were comparing this obstacle to the rolling jump in his Tournament 15, which only 2 competitors beat on that tournament. It took out several of the top competitors. Similar to that, this is taking out several top competitors, but can he get through this? He goes for the jump and he gets it. Well done, Rog. The cargo climb, he's just speeding up, and he's got plenty of time in hand. Similar pace to Smoky, but he's onto the swivel swing. He's got 70 seconds left, and he gets it in position, goes for the jump to the second one, he gets it, no issues. And now going for the third one, he's going very fast on this. He's got a great technique of pushing the rails to get it moving. He gets the big jump onto the rock, but now he's onto the mountain cross. He failed this in Tournament 1, it's the same version now. Going onto the tube. He gets up on that, no issues. It was the slant jump that took him out in Tournament 1. Can he get it today? No issues. He's got a couple jumps left. Come on, Rog. He goes for the dismount. Oh, no! Misses the final jump of the stage. This is a shocker. We've never seen anyone do that. That jump has been made harder. But my goodness, what happened here? Rog was looking well on his way to be our second clear. He made the slant jump, and just out of nowhere, it all went wrong here on this jump. Jumping for that final railing, he just hit the far edge of it, and I don't think he got the clean jump that he wanted, and he still almost made it. And unfortunately, just one slight error has cost him a trip to stage 2. My goodness, what a shocker for Rog. But we go on to Petrillo Fam 4, who also has made the second stage in each of the last 2 tournaments. Went down on Ball Glider last time. We'll see how he does. I mean, he had expectations the last 2 tournaments of making stage 3, so he's pretty disappointed when he did. So we'll see how he does on this renewal course. Through the first 2 obstacles, no problems. Now eyeing down the lily pads. Oh, wow, it tilted way back, but he gets through it. And now for the rails. taking this kind of side jump approach. And he gets through. Of course, Petrillo was very happy that this was the first tournament without the lollipop hop. And he's had his battles with that obstacle as he gets to the diving boards with no issues. But yes, Petrillo not going at the fastest pace, but he's moving with plenty of time onto the slider jump. Come on, Petrillo. Oh, he's actually going to go for this slow walk, but he's actually facing forward. I don't know if anyone's done this strategy yet. He's keeping it in control at the minute. Come on, Petrillo. He's on to the third level. Oh, he just falls forward out of nowhere. It just takes one mistake, and it's all over for you. And Petrillo just barely inched too far forward. He falls off the barrel, and that is it for Petrillo Fam 4, and his clear streak is over. And now we have Stray Felix, who's also cleared in each of the last two tournaments, failing the wall climb in comedic fashion both times. Of course, last time he just jumped out of the mongoose and fell off the platform before it. Technically, he cleared the first obstacle, failed the second. But yeah, he's 3 for 4 on this first stage, so he's got an impressive record. We'll see if he can keep it going. He's through the first two obstacles. And the lily pads are no problem. He made that much cleaner than he made it look in the last tournament. Strafe, of course, in Tournament 2, made it to the ball glider, and he actually came in second place in that tournament. So we know how good Strafe can be, and he's in the final 5 competitors today. He did get bumped up a little bit because of Swan and Ump not competing in this tournament, but that is still not a downward mark against Strafe's skill as he's moving at a great pace here, up the stairs, and now on to the slider jump. He's seen 5 competitors fail this obstacle. It's been an absolute beast so far. Can he get this jump? First things first, he's got to get to it. He kind of went for a little bit of a wrangler on the drop there. Can he do it again? Yes. Oh, whoa, he slides off! Strafe is the 6th competitor to fail the slider jump. Oh my goodness. But now we have Hunter Unit 751. And he's one of our Clean 2, basically. He has never failed Stage 1 in his career. Both him and Weapon Man are the 2 that have beaten it in every tournament. See if Hunter can do it again today. Of course, he's failed Stage 2 now in 4 consecutive tournaments. It would just mean so much to Hunter to get back to Stage 3. But this is a very difficult stage. Only Smokey's gotten through it. Can Hunter be the 2nd? We'll find out in a little less than 2 minutes and 45 seconds as he's onto the double slants. He's going to jump around the first one, not going to go for the big crouch. He's setting up for that second one. A little surprising, but he will get that jump and get through the obstacle. Now Hunter taking on the lily pads. And no issues on that whatsoever. Hunter now on the rails. Again, no obstacle in Stage 1 has ever given him a problem in the past. So, it should not be a surprise to see Hunter handling these obstacles with great precision. Of course, he's never gone very fast on my course. I believe the fastest time he's ever had is 8 seconds left on Stage 1. Okay, that was a little laggy. He just, warped onto the finishing platform of the rails, but he gets through it. Now onto the diving boards. We've seen some competitors actually beginning the slider jump at this time remaining, about 100 seconds or 105 seconds, but he's still in the stairs. Hopefully this is not going to affect Hunter in the long run, because he's taking his time. But now he's got 89 seconds as he begins the slider jump. Oh, it's not moving very fast. He's wasting some more time, 80 seconds. But now, the big roll down. He's doing the crouch technique. I can't tell if he's facing all the way to the side or a little bit of a diagonal look. But in any event, he's making it work pretty good. Come on, Hunter. He's nearing the end. He goes for the dismount, and he just gets onto the cargo net. the cargo climb. Okay, he warped again. There's some lag in this tournament for some reason. But he'll get up top, but he's got a lot less time than our other challengers. 48 seconds, but he should have enough time to clear. But it's all going to come down to executing these last two obstacles as he makes the first jump on the swivel swing. Ooh, that second one is not moving very fast. He's not crouching into it. That's going to cost him some more time. But he jumps for the third one, and he gets that. Again, he's not crouching. He's got 26 seconds going for the dismount onto the rock. And he slides off, and the streak is over. Hunter Unit fails the last jump of the swivel swing. And unfortunately, only Weapon Matt has a perfect record. We'll see if he can keep that alive in a little bit. But we have our next challenger. Chumpy is his new gamer tag. We know him better as Atlantic Champ. He finally made it to stage 3 in the last tournament. Failed the final jump of the buffed Cliffhanger, the Cliffhanger EXX. So how is he going to do today? As we're now into the final 3 competitors with only 1 clear. This is pretty surprising. This stage is proving to be very difficult. We'll see if it's going to get in our competitor's head here. We have Chumpy, Fireball, and Matt remaining. Basically our 3 top competitors on this course. I guess you could make the argument for Hunter, and he just failed. So we'll see how Atlantic handles this stage, but he's going very fast at the minute. He's going to use that 5th one, which not everyone has. A little sketch with lag and stuff on that dismount on the rails, but he gets through that. And no issues on the diving boards. Only Puma has failed that. So he'll get through that, and now he's going up the speed stairs, and this is more of the pace that I was talking about during Hunter's run. He's at the top with 1:50 remaining. And now he's onto the slider jump. Ooh, he started kind of standing on it, and now he's going to crouch. He's a little all over the place on it, but so far so good. Okay, he's hanging in there. He's hanging in there. Oh, he didn't go for the jump, which hurt Strafe, and he's all over the place. What's he doing? Somehow, he makes it. My goodness, that was weird. I don't know what he was doing, but he gets through. He's up the cargo climb. He's got 74 seconds. More than enough time. It's all about execution. He hits the first swing. It rocks back a little bit, but it's not a problem. He will save jump on the second one. He's going very quickly on this. This is the technique that I thought Hunter should have used, but now this big jump, he gets it no problem. 54 seconds. Again, it's all a matter of making these jumps. He failed this pipe in the first tournament. He will have no problems with it today. Only a few jumps left. This is the big slant, though. He's never failed it. He's never had a problem with it, and he will continue that trend today. Just a couple jumps left. Don't pull a rug on the dismount. He will not. And he will set the fastest time ever on stage 1. 32.91 seconds left. Like I said, this time was lenient. But my goodness, that was an impressive run for Atlantic. And Chumpy will be our second competitor into the second stage. Just well done all the way through. I mean, really held it all together. And that's all you can hope to see. But the slider jump was really scary. As you can see, he was just hanging on the front. Then he was on the back. Then he was on the middle. Then he was on the back. And then somehow he makes that jump. I mean, definitely would not recommend that strategy, but he made it count. He did not fail the tube again like he did in Tournament 1. He gets that beautiful jump on the slant. He's never had a problem with that, and will continue that today. And with the fastest time ever, stage 1 on this course, Chumpy is our second challenger in stage 2, and he will join Smoky Massacre in a little bit. So we have 2 challengers left to try and join him. First up is DHG Fireball, the first finalist on this course in Tournament 3. He failed the minefield twice in his career, and last tournament he looked like he was going to return to the final, but unfortunately made a simple mental mistake on the wobble roll, and it all ended. So he's going to jump around on the double slants, eyeing a return to the third stage to see what new challenges await him. It looked very possible if Fireball did not fail the wobble roll, we could have had 2 winners in the last tournament. But again, second place is nothing to sneeze at for Fireball. He's put up an impressive career, only failing Stage 1 once as he threw the first 4 obstacles in an impressive time. This man held the all-time Stage 1 speed record until like a minute and a half ago. So hopefully Fireball can put up a good run and impress us. And you just know, just deep inside, that he wants that speed record back as he's through the speed stairs with no issues. He punches the barrel on the slider jump. He's definitely at the fastest pace, I think, so far. These last 4 obstacles are not easy. I guess the cargo climb is pretty easy, but the last 4 are very difficult. He's making the slider jump so far, so good. Going for the second drop. Oh, he's going to jump. He's going to jump again. What's he doing? Oh my word, another weird technique, and he gets it. 2 runs in a row, we've just seen very bizarre techniques on the slider jump, and both of them have resulted in success. But now the swivel swing. Come on, Fireball. He makes that first jump, and he's taking his time. He knows how hard this obstacle can be. He saw Chris and Hunter fail this obstacle. He's got about a minute left as he goes on to the mountain cross. He just makes that jump. Come on. Come on, Fireball. He failed this in Tournament 2. He had no problems with the Tournament 1 version. Oh my goodness! Fireball is down. He failed Stage 1 for the first time since Tournament 2. And on this obstacle, which only 4 people out of 16 beat in Tournament 1, and he was one of them, Fireball is defeated. I don't believe this. He just goes a little bit too fast on the barrel, and he just uncrouches right on the edge of it, and he just barely falls out of the tube. DHG Fireball is a shocking Stage 1 defeat in this tournament. Only 1 run is left, and it is our new Grand Champion, as if there was any doubt who number 25 was going to be in this first ever 25 competitor tournament. Weapon Matt. He has definitely established himself as the number 1 competitor in this course. 2 finals, 4 Stage 3s. Again, the next highest is 2 with Fireball, so that just goes to show how dominant Weapon Matt has been. This Stage 1 has shown no mercy to our competitors. Come on, Weapon Matt. Can he find a way to pull through? Oh, he went for like a 3... He did like a 180 off of the poles. Interesting. But in any event, he's through the first 2 obstacles. Now for the lily pads, though. He jumps a little far forward on that second one, but not a problem. Now for the rails. What a phenomenal run it was in the last tournament, and he beat those 2 obstacles en route to victory. But this is one he's never seen before, the diving boards. Oh, a little far forward on the third one. He also will correct it and get a good jump off the fourth one. He goes right into the speed stairs, and he gets up that. He's at a similar pace to Fireball and Atlantic, but now this slider jump has been very brutal. It's now at a 50-50. 6 clear, 6 fails. Weapon Matt will determine what side of the coin this obstacle will fall on. He's all over the place on this barrel. He's like walking back and forth. This is a little surprising. But he goes for the jump and he gets it. So we're going to see 7 clear out of 13 on that obstacle. He's going to skip the last rung of the cargo net. He's got 80 seconds as he's on to the swivel swing. Weapon Matt knows the finish line is within sight, but he's just got to get through these difficult obstacles. Goes to the final swing and he gets it. Now rotating it, doing a good job playing it safe, but also going fast. He's got a minute left. He's at the same pace as Fireball. But now the mountain cross. He's never had a problem with this. He gets a safe jump on the doorknob. Going for the tube. Now got to jump up. He gets that. 47 seconds left. Now the slant jump. He's 5 for 5 on it. Make it 6 for 6. He's got a couple of jumps left. And Weapon Matt, he's going to steal the fastest time record here. 3rd clear of the tournament. Atlantic, I hope you enjoyed the fastest time recognition for while it lasted, because Weapon Matt has just stolen it from you, and he has become the 3rd challenger into stage 2. Again, this slider jump was very strange. Another weird slider jump technique. I don't know what our competitors keep doing on this. He's walking all over the place, but right at the very end, he uncrouches, gets that big jump. He was able to avenge his fellow perfect record competitor, Hunter Unit, going into this tournament by making that jump onto the rock. And just get through this difficult obstacle, the mountain cross. He avenges Fireball, failing the tube a minute ago. Made those last few jumps. Weapon Mat with just an incredible run. Just looked dialed in the whole way. He knew what he was doing. And Weapon Mat will join Smokey and Atlantic in stage 2. We have 3 competitors remaining out of the original 25. Weapon Mat, Chumpy, Smokey Massacre. And there you see the damage that stage 1 did. Obviously, our randos failed early, but 4 fails in the rail canyon and 6 on the slider jump have just completely turned this tournament on its head, as we have 3 left to take on the new second stage. As you can see, it looks very different as the sun has set here at, I don't know what the name of this venue is. But anyways, 8 obstacles, and it all begins with the U Bridge. It's literally the L Bridge, but now you have to go back up. And, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's enough to distinguish it as a new obstacle, so, you know, fight me. Second obstacle is the wall climb. It is the exact same as it was in the last tournament. The ball glider is the third obstacle, like it has been. The dismount has been made harder, but otherwise it is the same ball glider that we know and love, and has taken several top challengers out. Then you're on to a new obstacle, the snapback. These 3 little seesaws. You can only use the green bars, and it is a very difficult challenge to get through that. But if you do, then you're onto the wind chimes. It's very difficult to stick, very difficult to save jump. You gotta have your technique dialed to make those difficult jumps that get harder as you go. And then the super launch. This obstacle debuted in the last tournament, and while no one failed it, we'll see what happens today, as the landing platform is now only half the depth that it was in the last tournament. It was 16 feet long. It is now 8 feet long. Man, the 2 obstacles at the end that have just been the staple finish. The minefield and the supermarket. If our competitors can make their way around those 8 walls at the very end and hit the buzzer within 2 minutes and 35 seconds, they're on to the third stage.
Well, for this stage 2 run, I'm not gonna lie, I think the last couple I've had, the practice, I didn't put that much time into it, and I think I just kind of tried to trust a lot in my own abilities to get me through the stage, and clearly stage 2 has proven to be way tougher than I could have expected. So this tournament is easily the most I've practiced for stage 2. That being said, I can still easily fail either of those 2 obstacles I failed in the past, but I feel like right now I have the best shot to get past the balls that I've ever had, but it's going to require a lot of focus and me executing the techniques that I've been practicing, because that ball, the entire obstacle, that third obstacle is super tough, so that's pretty much where all my focus is on right now.
Oh my goodness, this stage 2, it's a beast, bro. But the stage 1 was also a beast. The only thing that's giving me real concerns is this obstacle behind me. It's a monster, bro. Other than that, I shouldn't fail anything else other than this. So, as long as I don't fail that, I should be able to move on to stage 3.
I don't think a 5th year in a row is completely out of the question. Most of these obstacles I'm fairly familiar with, but the ones can definitely give me tricks. But hoping to make it back to stage 3 for a 5th time, but it's just good to be on the second stage on the course that I created, pretty much.
Let's not waste any more time. As you can hear, our 3 competitors are a little nervous about this second stage. Of course, the second stage on this course has a little bit of a reputation of just being an absolute menace. But see how our competitors will handle this. They've obviously beaten a very difficult stage 1. And we'll kick it off with Smokey Massacre, who's getting some love from Hunter Unit, who unfortunately is not in the second stage, but he's rooting on Smokey to success here as he begins the new second stage. First obstacle is the U-bridge. Whoa! He takes that turn very violently. He almost fell off there. You just gotta make sure you get through it. No problems. Now onto the wall climb. He failed this in the last tournament, failing this jump to jump onto it. Not today, though, for Smoky Massacre. Obviously, as you heard, he took this stage very seriously. He put some heavy practice into it. He wants the third stage bad. He's making his way up these jumps. Okay, that was mega lag. But he gets up. And now onto the ball glider. This is the one he wants. He failed this in Tournament 2. This would be huge for Smokey if he can get through this. He's taking his sweet time getting that first ball rolling. He's picking up speed now. He's going to wrangle. He goes for the second ball, and he'll land on it. But now, of course, we're on to the infamous 15-degree track. It is very difficult to keep the ball under control. Oh, wow, what a great wrangle. He is going to get through the ball glider. This is a personal best for Smokey. Now the snapback, got to use those green bars. He's going to stick the first one with a save jump, and now, oh, he's sticking each one. Okay, he's going for the second seesaw. Now the jump up onto the third, and he comes up short. That jump onto the third seesaw is incredibly difficult. He just rushes it ever so slightly, cannot get the height he needed, and it's all over for Smokey, and we have 2 challengers remaining. Now we have Atlantic Champ, Chumpy, whatever you want to call him. He's on to the second stage. Obviously, he beat this stage in the last tournament, but this is just a very difficult test, as we've already seen from Smokey. He's never had a problem on this obstacle, wall climb. Come on, Atlantic. A little bright there, I apologize. This stage is very bright with the lights, but he gets up the wall, and now the ball glider. He failed this in Tournament 2. He's beaten it in Tournaments 3 and 5, so he's 2 for 3 on it. Pretty good record, I do have to say. He goes for the second one, and he gets it with no problems. This second track is always difficult. He's going to wrangle. Whoa, the ball was falling off the track, and he still gets a jump off. Well done, though, to make that for Chumpy. Now onto the snapback, and he is sending it. Wow, this is the speed technique. It's a little risky, but my goodness, he made that look easy. He's onto the wind chimes. He's got plenty of time. He's moving at a fantastic pace. He's trying to stick the second one to jump onto the third one. Oh, he's just going to go for it. No! Chumpy! He's down on the new obstacle, the wind chimes. He beats the first new obstacle, but not the second. My goodness, that is unfortunate. It looked so good through the first 4 obstacles. Just speeding through the snapback. And he just saw Smokey fail. Of course, if you go fast, it makes that jump onto the third one easier, but it's tough to make all those jumps in succession. He had no problems with that. Then this wind chimes obstacle, you either really need to stick it or just go for the full send and go for them all in a row. He just tried to get a late jump. He almost made it still, but it just wasn't enough. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the first time we've been here with just 1 challenger left on stage 2. If he fails, the tournament ends. But Weapon Matt has got to be feeling the pressure, seeing those 2 runs. And coming off the pressure of achieving total victory in the last tournament, how will he do here? Come on, Weapon Matt. He has beaten this stage 4 tournaments in a row. But I don't think that really matters to him now. He wants to beat this stage. He wants to see the new third stage. As he's getting up the wall climb, he's never had a problem with it. Oh, he will have a problem with it there. He tried to, I guess, spring that. Okay, yeah, he's kind of spring, kind of perfect crouching, but he will get up that. And now we'll have to tackle the ball glider. He failed this in the first tournament. He's obviously beaten it 4 times in a row since. He's a little all over the place on that first ball, but he will get the transfer onto the second one. Wow, that ball is rolling fast, but he will wrangle and get an insane dismount. He has even time to do a 360. That's how much speed he got off of that. And Now the snapback, he gets a weird jump on that first one. It kind of went down a little bit and then a lot, but now he's going for the speed technique. He just saw Atlantic do this. He cannot make it though. He overjumps the first bar in the third seesaw, and the tournament is over. For the first time in Irish Warrior history, no one will be attempting the third stage today. Weapon Matt, the stage 3 streak is over. An impressive run to this point, but I think he was going to go for the Atlantic technique and just send the snapback. And that first jump, I think, spooked him. It got him off his rhythm. He had to stop on that first bar. I think he just kind of didn't have the time to slow himself down on that second seesaw, jumping to the third. Just like that, the tournament is over for Weapon Matt and all 25 competitors. As we've now seen, these new obstacles on this course are nothing to sneeze at. They are insanely difficult for the first time ever. Our competitors might not be actually worried about achieving total victory. Just making the third stage feels like a win in itself at this point. Until then, our competitors will have to keep training hard for Tournament 7, which has already begun. So if you want to do a run, just send me a message or whatever. Until then, appreciate you all watching, and I'll see you next time.